All right, we should be live now.
All right, make sure we live, brothers.
Yeah, we are.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.
Let's start off by giving all praise to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash,
which is the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutation, as always, to the elect, the house of David, man, because according to the biblical prophecy, the house of David will be rebuilt in the latter days, and through that house, the remnant will be restored, and that will be the house in which salvation will lie, man. The remnant of Israel, and that's what we're fighting to be a part of. All right. So basically, we all congregating in the spirit. We were just talking about how basically we're in the shadow of death, man. All right. And then we give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone as well. All right. Peace and salutation as always to the elect. But basically, we're just rapping about how, man, we're literally in the shadow of death, man. So, brothers, we have to watch our steps. You know, we have to be on point. We have to be focused. We can't be as little children in understanding. All right. We have to be men. Let's start off with Job, the 10th chapter, and the last two verses.
I got it right here.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Job chapter 10, verse 21. It says, before I go, but it says before. Can I start at verse 20? This is verse 20. Are not my days few? Cease then and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. Before I go, whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death.
The land of darkness, man. We're living in a land of darkness, man. You read about the anti-Messiah, all right, or what they call the anti-Christ, which is really the anti-Messiah. This world, this current system we live in, is anti-righteousness, man. And we're fighting to be righteous, and then we're in the flesh. And we know, all right, what's right, but then we've tasted of what's wrong. So it's a battle, man. All right, and everywhere you look, there's a snare for your soul, man. And we have the protection, we have that staff, but our people don't have it, man. Our people are swallowed up by these demons, man. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 22. A land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order.
The shadow of death. If death had a shadow, this is how it would look, man. And your shadow follows you wherever you go, right? Your shadow mimic everything you do, your shadow's doing. You dance and you see your shadow's dancing. So death, this is a shadow of death, man. Everything that death represents and death is about is promoted here, man. Abortions, GMO foods, all right? Women's liberation leads to death. The breaking up of the family, death. The polluted air, death. Polluted water, death. Okay, everything's dying. Everything has the mentality of death. There's no such thing as life here in Babylon the Great, man.
Can I say something? Because the people are dying, man. I told a brother I've been watching all kind of crazy stuff on YouTube, and they show you about different celebrities who have died in this year, died in that. You'll be watching it, and you'd be surprised, like, damn, he's dead, she dead. Like these so-called celebrities, they all dropping dead, man. I mean, everybody's dropping dead, but even these so-called celebrities, now they got money, fame, and power, but they can't escape death. Like everybody's just dropping dead. And the reason people are dropping dead either was drug-related, or maybe they overdose. Some of them overdosed on drugs, and that's the way of death. That's what the society promotes. All right, drug usage, or they had heart attacks. Everybody dropping dead from motherfucking heart attacks, and young people. When I was a little kid, man, the only people that had heart attacks was old people. Okay, but now you got jokers 14 years old, kids having heart attacks.
Children with depression.
Okay, and all that with depression and all that. So it's death. Like everything, like you said, everything is dying. The people are dying. Everybody dropping dead. This is the valley of shadow of death. That's all you got to look forward to in this society. And then to be in this truth is a blessing, to know that there's a future, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, man. But you're just supposed to believe, well, look, this is it. This is what it is. This is what it is right here. This world, you know, so you just got to make the best of it. Try to get you a good job. Make sure you got some money in the bank. Make sure you got your 401k together and all that other crap and all that other bullshit. Get you a house. Or like Jake said, a home.
Get you a home.
A home. I just brought me a home. I just brought me a home. And all that. And that's all bullshit because you drop dead. Somebody else will be living in your house. Your ass dropped dead. Your wife gonna have another man in your home, right? And all that other bullshit, everything else, man. None of that shit is coming with you. Did you have something?
As I say, you talk about my home and money. There's the whole saying, more money, more problems. Most rich people are the biggest ones that's on the depression pills.
Yeah, and they're rich.
Yeah, and then you can't trust nobody. You don't know somebody really trying to be your friend because they like you or they trying to get over on you. So it's hell, even every which way you go. Look at all the people that's rich. They sitting over there in the house with all the cameras and gates around them. They can't talk to the average people because everybody's out to get them.
You're supposed to live like that. That's not living, man. That's not living, man. Like, what's his name? That's why, yo, man, it's crazy. We're considered poor people, but we still gotta watch our back. But we can get up and just live free and do what we gotta do. These so-called rich people, man, they can't. Like, look at Elvis Presley when he was alive, right? He couldn't That's why he was a drug addict, and he died from an overdose. Michael Jackson, he was a drug addict. He died. Prince, all them guys, they was on drugs, man, because they got depressed. Whitney Houston, and the thing is, you dumb people out there, you dumb stupid people, y'all want to be rich. You what's the word I'm looking for, man? You admire, they long for the life. Yo, I wish I could be
like a superstar.
I wish I could be rich and famous.
Yeah, envy.
Envy, that's the word I'm looking for. You envy these people. Oh, I wish I could be Prince. I wish I could be Michael Jackson. I wish I could be Floyd. But they're miserable. They're miserable.
Yeah.
Because like Elvis Presley, when he was alive, he wanted to go outside. If he just wanted to go outside and have a cheeseburger, he couldn't do it.
No.
They said he'd be in there, his guards and all of them. Look, man, I'm gonna go outside and get a cheeseburger. Oh, no. We'll send a guy. You can't do that. Because he'll get mobbed going in the street. Michael Jackson, he go out there, no, your body, people crying. So you a president, man.
Now, you know how Michael Jackson used to go out? He used to have a costume on dressed like the old man. His brother Tito or Jermaine was talking about it. He said one time they was at a CD store or whatever. He said, Michael, that's you? He said, how you recognize me? He said, I know my brother. But he said that's the length he had to go through just to have a normal life. He had to put on the whole makeup.
Remember when Michael Jackson, I don't know if y'all remember, but Michael Jackson actually had a point where he had went to the grocery store because he never went to the grocery store by himself, or he would always have people shop for him. But there was a time where they closed down the whole grocery store, and he actually went in and did grocery shopping just so he could feel like a regular civilian.
Yeah.
And he actually had his friends go in there and act like regular employees and regular just people. And that was just helping him out and everything, but he just so he could feel.
But the point being, this brother got a precept like that. These so-called rich people are miserable. They're on drugs. They got all kind of issues. They all fucked up in the head, depression, and that's why either they kill themselves or they OD or something happened to them. They die, or they just all screwed up. They all messed up, man.
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe, she OD.
Billie Holiday.
Billie Holiday, all these top celebrities, iconic people, they all, because you have riches in this world, it's not unless you're the Rothschilds, man. And I was watching a video, you goddamn Rothschilds, you're the devil, man. And you're trying to hide and put this misinformation out here. You devils, y'all running everything. You're trying to put shit up on the internet, but the Rothschilds ain't really rich like they used to be. Man, you the devils, man. Y'all got it. You the problem, man. And you can slither behind your lies and try to be deceitful, but look, we got your number through the Spirit of the Lord, man.
Hey, well, this is the time for Esau to be exposed.
I got a piece of.
You got one. Go ahead, and then you go.
Eldi not was still holding one.
Oh, you got one?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Job 5:2. For wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one.
Woo! Envy. And our people envy the wicked, man.
Yeah.
And the scriptures say that the scriptures is the only book that tells our people to beware of their enemies, man. To not want to be like the enemy, man. To not envy what he has. Never trust thy enemy. This is the top, guidebook for the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. This is the Israelites book, man. The ones who are being swallowed up by this world. Everything you need to know and how to govern yourself and how to move in this world is right here, man. You see? You in the shadow of death. You need instruction, man. And our people try to go out here without the instruction and they lose. They absolutely get swallowed up, man. Look at Floyd Mayweather, man.
Yeah.
Swallowed up. They can't say what they want to say. They can't be who they really are. They're a bunch of robots, man. But they put out this light. They're miserable. We're in better case than these niggas with billions of dollars, man. Because we can speak the truth. We can speak what's real, man.
Right. And it shows you that in that movie Hunger Games.
Right.
Now, in the movie Hunger Games, you had 12 districts. And then out of those districts, they had to have 2 people go to fight in an arena. Now, only 1 person was supposed to survive out of those 24 people. Now, that person that survived became a celebrity. They would show them around. They would put them in the nicest places. They would have to give them money every month for them to live off of. But the powers that be would use them as playthings.
That's right.
They would pop them, make them dress up. They'll change their face up, maybe tattoo their face. You know, take them to sex parties and let everyone pop them. And that's how these celebrities are. Then you just become bugged out and crazy, man. Completely exploited by the elites, man. And that's what goes on with the people that give in to the ways of the world. They give in to the ways and the power of the elite. Go ahead.
Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
That's right, man.
Now, you see, in the last precept, it equated envying these people to silliness.
Oh man,
You silly if you envy these people. If you envy these celebrities, you're a silly person. Why? Because just what the brothers just ran down, man. You have to completely destroy yourself.
you gotta bend over, man.
Con.
You gotta bend over. All you guys out there that want to be the celebrity, or you looking to try to, like all you young jinx that want to get a record deal. You know, you rappers, y'all want to get a record deal. Y'all want, you know, you trying to make it. You trying to be. Oh, my woman be watching that shit. With the one with Puffy and the other stupid. It's like the new American Idol shit. I think it's the name.
Yeah.
If you
They got so many of them now.
You got Hulu. I don't watch the shit. I don't watch the shit. My woman be having it on. You know, like, you be laying in the bed, your woman like that. But Puffy's on it. He's one of the judges on the thing.
Oh,
you know, if you got Hulu, it's on Hulu.
Like one mic.
You know it's Mr.
Whatever. But you know, it's all the ones they're trying to sing, and Puffy and that other stupid. He look like an Arab. He's a DJ, top nigga or something. Yeah, whatever. They're the judges, and it's just like American Idol. It's like the new age American Idol thing. But them people they're singing, and I told my woman, I said, look, I said, yeah, but the assholes don't realize if the winner, you're gonna become a complete freak. They're gonna freak off on you. That's the part that they don't tell you behind. Okay, you're the winner of this year's American Idol, but afterwards you're gonna get popped. You're gonna have to bend over. You got to do all, and the women, same thing. You got all kind of freaky acts.
You know, it's basically they're trying to get the kingdom before Yahweh Shai gave it to them, right? And so Satan is like, I give it to you. Like he tried to tell Yahweh Shai, we can get that. He told Yahweh Shai, look, I'll give you all of this.
I went into that the other day.
So Yahweh Shai was already promised that. He already had it. It's already his.
And turned it down.
And he turned it down because he already gonna get it. So Jake is trying to go up some other way and be a thief and a robber.
They don't want to come through the
straight gate to get it. Right. And that's what we doing.
But before you get that, like I used in Proverbs 3:31, envy not their oppressor, but choosing in their ways. Their ways of making it, they didn't tell you that the so-called Jew, the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts run Hollywood.
Yeah.
Or witch covens. So to make it in that world, you gotta what? Child sacrifice. Sometimes have your human sacrifice with your mother or a loved one. You gotta have drugs. Yep.
Like Mike Tyson.
Sexual magic orgies.
Oh, your pudding. That's
Orgies. Put on woman's clothes. Everything that's contrary to the Bible. That's how they make it. Every top male, even the cracker actors, they made them put on drag.
Yep.
But they love doing it to Jake because that they know that's the Lord's precious stones. So when they get a nigga to put on like Will Smith, you gotta. Before our time was another comedian, Flip Wilson. Richard Pryor. This nigga, little Kevin Hart said, I ain't doing that. As soon as he said it, they put that nigga in a dress.
Well, Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle didn't want to do it, and then that's why he lost the show, man.
Yeah, but when he came back on Saturday Night Live, when he did the Living Dead thing, when he was that little head, he got up into a part where he started singing "He's Every Woman" or something like that, and they had him in the dress and his head.
So they got him anyway.
Yeah, they got him anyway.
Proverbs 24:1. Be not envious of these evil men, neither desire to be with them.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be around them.
Yep.
They got you eating, they're finding a way of living, eating shrimp, lobster. It's all to make you sin against the Most High.
That's right.
Yeah, I want to say Nas, on that what, You the Man?
Yeah.
One of them verses,
Yeah.
the original verse, he was talking about how they had him drinking his own piss and cum and all that.
Yeah,
but then they took it out.
Virgin blood.
Yeah.
I remember one he had
Yeah.
been sick in the virgin blood. He
Yeah,
had too much, and now it's sold out.
yeah.
One of his album covers.
Oh, it's still back. Yeah.
Hey, even when you look at Motown and all the album covers, they had pagan or Masonic symbols on the album cover.
Mhm.
Yeah, Nas had on one of his album covers, I think Godson, he's holding two doves.
Yeah.
Even that nigga from back in the radio personality, Starbuck Water, said, Nas,
Starbuck Wild.
what
Yeah.
is that? Some witchcraft? He laughed it off.
Yeah.
See, we understood it. We like,
Yeah, we know.
We called him out.
But like you said, man, all these niggas, and they all, a lot of them died horrible deaths. Yeah, like the Temptations.
Oh.
Every last one of the original members all died. They all died, man. Okay, even Earth, Wind, and Fire. We did videos on that. They were witches, guys.
Yeah.
It was
The sun, worship of the sun, all that shit. The sun and sun worship and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Let's all go back into
Yeah.
the wicked guys.
Right.
There's a quick precept for you. Romans 6:23 says, for the wages of sin is death. That's why all of them died horrible deaths.
That's why they die. That's why they don't live. They don't live long. They get all that power and their fame and that money, but they don't be living to enjoy it. They all die off.
Yep.
They all the heavy D. He sold his goddamn soul and he dropped dead.
Yeah.
He's a Buddhist.
That's when we gotta finish that Job 10.
Oh,
Go ahead.
but it's
Worshiping other gods, man.
That's right.
Worship Israel, man. And Israel, oh, the Most High, man. The Most High just kept delivering Israel, and then as soon as he would deliver us, and it's been going on for thousands of years.
Right.
And we would just keep fucking up. And that's why this time the Most High said, look, I'm going to fuck y'all up for good.
Yep.
Hey, Apostle, that's why they wonder why we so serious.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, because Israel have always done wickedness, man. Even from the time of Adam, what was the problem? Going off into these other philosophies. So
Yeah.
this time the remnant is going, we going to teach obedience. And to people who go off, you see y'all say like Great Millstone, y'all always, that's because we got to get it right this time, man.
Yeah.
I want to say, and one thing, we always going, because y'all always going, man. That's what I'm saying. The scripture told us to make our foreheads hard against yours, man.
Yeah.
Period, point blank. The decision is set.
Come.
The decision is set. It's written. You can't get around it. You see? So at the end of the day, man, if you're not teaching what the Lord said teach, it's gonna be bad for you, man.
Right.
And we understand that. That's what I'm saying. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom, man.
Yeah, well, that's why Yahweh Shai said you're going to separate the sheep from the goat.
Con,
It's a division.
con.
Goats are stubborn, man.
Yeah.
And goats don't want to die. Apostle Gabar used to always bring this out years ago. In the slaughterhouses, when they kill goats, the goats are fighting.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But the sheep lays
it
Just lay
They
down.
got the sheep, and Yahweh Shai, the ultimate sacrificial lamb. And that's two wicked niggas, man. Because every time something happens, when death comes, you niggas don't want to die. Like the nigga woman. And the women, these wicked women of the tribes. Like they scared, y'all scared of death. Like they be all proud. Well, you niggas do.
Mhm.
You be proud, but that's some gunshot stuff. As soon as they shouting. They running, scrambling, and jumping like bucking like a wild bronco, man, to escape that death, like a goat, because you the goat, and y'all scared of death, because y'all wicked. The scripture says the righteous is bold as a lion.
Right.
If you're wicked, then you have to fear, man.
That's right.
If you know you right before Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, you really don't fear nothing, man. But if you're wicked as all goddamn hell, then you fear, man. You see what I'm saying? And that's why people don't want to accept the truth. Because the truth is reality, man. That's all it is. It's a reality that we all sitting in this room right now. It's a reality that we're Israelites. That's it. That's why niggas are drunk and everybody's high. Everybody's on drugs nowadays, man. The new thing now is these pills, the pill poppers. If you get out there on the roads, man, I don't even like driving no more, man. Because like people drive because everybody's on popping pills because y'all want to escape reality, man. You know what I mean? People want to escape reality. That's the problem. Then on top of it, y'all smoking the weed and shit and popping pills. Then you drinking.
It's true.
Just tripping out, man. Yeah. That's why you people gotta be wiped out, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be wiped out.
Yep. I got one for you real quick. This is John 3:19. It says, and this is the condemnation that the light is coming to the world.
Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is the light, and we represent Yahweh Shai on the earth. Because the master ain't here right now, but we're doing the bidding of the master. We represent him on the earth. Okay, the condemnation of the world. Because what we're doing right now, we're teaching. So the light is here. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world.
The word of the Most High, which is Yahweh Shai.
And men love darkness rather than light.
That's why y'all hate us. That's why y'all hate us. That's why y'all come against us, man. Because we represent the light.
That's right.
Because their deeds were evil.
Because your deeds are evil. That's why y'all scoff us. That's why they come against us. That's why y'all hate us. Because you're wicked as all goddamn hell.
That's right.
It's just like when you cut on the light and you got roaches. If you ever been in a place with roaches, you cut the light and the roaches start scrambling all over the place, man. They start scrambling all over, climbing up the walls into the damn vents. They, you know, you creatures, grimy creatures don't like light.
Mm-hmm.
Like vampires.
The priests come out at night.
Yeah, bats don't like light. Grimy, soily creatures don't like light. No. Grimy, nocturnal creatures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do you think they said the vampire? The sunlight and the light, they die.
It's metaphoric to this.
Yeah, it's metaphoric.
Yep.
He got that, and this brother got a precept. And then I think sign out. So.
Okay, because their deeds were wicked.
Deeds are evil. That was it on that.
That was it on that?
Yep.
Go ahead, my God.
Okay. Jeremiah 2:19. Thine own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee. Know therefore and see that it is an evil thing and bitter that thou hast forsaken Yahweh thy power,
Israel.
And that my fear is not in thee, said Yahweh of the Lord of God of hosts.
The fear of the Most High is not in you, wicked niggas of the 2/3.
It's not in this earth.
It's not in the earth, period.
Right.
But primarily, the Lord is talking to Israel.
They're the ones who were given that way to be right.
Israel was the ones that was given the law. The 2/3, this applies to you because you're the Israelites. The rest of the people, the Lord don't give a fuck about. He said that. The nation's lives are dropping the bucket to him. The whole Bible, hey man, this Bible, let me see your Bible for a minute, Brother Baba Kushab. This Bible only pertains to the Israelites.
The chosen people.
The other nations, you're mentioned here because you have your spot. The Bible is only dealing with the Israelites, man. This whole, it all centers around Israel, man. It all, so everything, when the Most High is talking, he's talking to Israel. You 2/3, it applies to you because the law was given to you.
Right.
What does the word sin mean? Transgression of the law. The only people that was,
Given the law.
given the law is another word I'm looking for, man. It's like, our minds lose it. The only people that are subjugated to the law are the Israelites. Right. Subjugated to the law are Israelites. So the ones of you Israelites that are not keeping the law, then this applies to you. Right. What the brothers read.
Going back to the family line of Adam, right. The sons of God. That was always a chosen line whom the Lord gave his way to uplift his righteousness in the earth, and they always left off from that way. So in the latter days, the remnant is representative of that chosen seed,
the first fruits,
that's gonna get it right.
The elect.
The elect.
Okay, I asked a question. Let's go back to the old soldiers test from 1 West. I don't know. Did you take the test when you first came in L.9?
Yeah.
Was we still giving out them tests?
Yeah, we had 3. Yeah.
Yeah, because back in the days, this is going back over 20 years ago. When if you came into the school, or you came into the camp, you had to take tests, actual written tests that we would give brothers, and it was 3 tests. It was called the soldier's test, right? And also, too, when you pass a test, you got your rank. The soldier's test. You pass the soldier's test, then you became a soldier. So you had some form of rank over the brothers that were just troopers or members. Then you had the second test, was an officer of 50, captain of 50, right? And that was a little harder than the first test. Then the third test was an officer of 100 test, and you were an officer of 100, but you took them tests, right? Brothers had to take them tests. You had to. That was the curriculum. Anyways, on the soldier's test and the officer's 50 test was the same thing. One of the main questions on the test was, what were the three classes of people on the earth during the time of Adam? Right? Any of your brothers know?
The sons of God, the sons of men, and the sons of wicked.
There you go. Linking back into what the elder Wamba said. The sons of God were the chosen line of Adam. The Adamites. Well, they were all Adamites.
Right.
Because Adam just means from the earth. They were all from the earth. But the Adam,
The chosen seed.
the chosen line of Adam, which was Israel.
And they went down through Seth.
Yeah.
All the way off backside.
Yeah. But we wasn't called Israelites back then.
Sons of God.
Yeah.
But proof of that is because we knew proof that we were the sons of the Most High, because when they went off, that was justification for Abraham's seed to go in slavery under Egypt and for their sins back then. Because the law was always orally
It was
passed
there.
down.
It was already there.
Yep.
When Moses came on the scene, all the Most High did was he refined it and put it in the writing on stone. He just took the law and said, okay, just so nobody gets it messed up, here it is.
Because this line was just supposed to be. It was supposed to just be in us.
Yeah.
It was just supposed to be the way that we were. But then you had the transgression of Adam, you know?
Yeah.
Verse 24, of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou saidest, I will not transgress when upon every high hill and upon every green tree thou wanderest plain and harlot.
That kept happening. I was watching that little thing earlier. Jake was going into the history, and we know according to the scriptures, we went into different captivities, man. Babylonian captivity, the Persian and the Mede captivity, man. We was always under captivity. When you read the prophets, they were always in some kind of captivity. We were always inside some kind of captivity. During up until the time of Yahweh Shah.
Until now.
It was under the Romans.
Can I say this? It's just like Yashwamba was saying a second ago. The reason why we get so upset and the reason why we be so pissed off is because through all those captivities was in, that's where the reincarnation comes in. Because with all that wickedness that we was doing as a people, it was always prophets there to curse their asses out, man.
Yeah.
It never failed, man. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1, it says, going all the way back to the time of Adam, it was prophets on the planet that was telling them when they was going off, man.
Yeah.
You see? And that's what I'm saying. You got to think about all those times that the prophets was killed. The prophets was killed. The prophets was killed. Now we living in a time where the prophets ain't going to get killed this time, man.
That's right.
You see? So it makes us more bolder. Lord willing, we those men.
Yeah.
Well, that's why when they asked Ezra and the disciples, actually, how was when's going to be the last days? That's why the Lord had the prophet Ezra say, he told him, look, Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is he that cometh after.
Yeah.
So they show that this is the last of the time of the heathen. Because, but just to make a point, we've been under captivity under every last heathen.
That's
And they
right.
couldn't hold up the bar. Job 24, those thousand.
I had a precept today.
No, but bring it up, man.
This is Daniel chapter 9, verse 12. And he hath confirmed his word, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil.
Judges. And who were the judges? Israelites. The prophets. In particular, I don't want to say this. In particular, the tribe of Dan, the judges. I don't want to say, see?
I knew it.
Right? Each tribe had their jobs. In particular, the Most High had it set up that way when we came out of Egypt and we got into the Promised Land. That's true. Levi, in actuality, wasn't really like considered a tribe.
Right.
They were the priests. There was always 12 tribes. The Most High kept it under the vibration of 12. Right. Levi wasn't even considered a tribe. They were Israelites, but they were the priests. And they were scattered amongst all Israel.
They didn't get no allotted land.
They didn't get no allotted land. They lived amongst us.
Right.
They lived in, like Apostle taught, they lived in the suburbs, man. They were taken care of, man. And that's why you had to do extra. That's why that's in the law.
Right.
That's in the law. You always they got taken care of, man. Which proves you're supposed to take care of the priests of the Most High.
Priest, yeah.
Okay. With the land of Gad, guess what? Levi was living in the land of Gad. The land of Reuben, Levi was living there. Ephraim, the land of Dan. Back then, Levi was just living amongst us. Because remember, we couldn't execute the office of the law. We couldn't go into the Holy of Holies.
Nobody
couldn't touch the
Levi
Ark
could do that.
So when you want to, like, okay, if you Judah, like, what you gonna do? You gotta go to the Levites in your area, your local Levites, to get your sacrifice and all that. I'm Reuben. I had to go to my Levites.
King David when they were trying to bring the covenant back to Jerusalem. Remember, they were trying to touch somebody.
It was a Judite. It was a Judite.
Oh shit! Let me go get the Levites.
Yeah.
But now, through the sacrifice of Mashiach Yahushua under the order of Melchizedek, well, man, the Lord did a man. If we had to wait for 8 nations, we'd be through.
They have us raising the dead.
But when Yahushua was in the tomb, that's why the angels came like that and represented the Ark of the Covenant. They represented that. That's why they stood like that, one on each side.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
I'll finish this up real quick.
They have us trying to raise up zombies.
That's why the Lord made us a nation of priests. So that we, he lightened that burden.
Yeah. No offense to you Levite brothers out there.
No. But it's twofold. But speaking about the other nations, we're gonna be a nation of kings and priests because all the other nations have to come up under us. Before Levi was just controlling the 12 tribes. This time, the whole nation's gonna control the whole heathen population. There's a lot of them heathens.
Yeah, I would say that's the ultimate fail-safe because he's gonna program the laws and statutes and commandments in us, and then you see, so that's a double whammy. That's a double whammy. He gonna program the laws in us, and then he gonna make the whole nation kings and priests.
See, that was set up at that time. That was the Most High do certain things for certain times. The Levites, he set up at the house of Aaron. That was for that time. Mm-hmm. But things changed.
It changed. Right. You got the precept for that too. We'll get it later. Go ahead.
I'm gonna finish this up in verse 12 just to back up our Knox point. At the end of verse 12 in Daniel 9 it says, "For under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem." See, so under the whole heaven, us as Israelites, man, we have been in captivity under every nation under the planet.
Nasty, stinking, filthy heathens, man. Moab had us, the Japhites had us, Ammon had us, incest babies had us in captivity, man.
Damn.
Okay, these filthy Hamites, the Ishmaelites, Elam, see, they all had a taste, man. So we gonna enjoy ourselves. I mean, I know we focus on Esau a lot, but we gotta remember these other nations too.
Right. Yeah, they gonna get it.
I really hate the other nations. I have a perfect hatred for these other nations. Elam, Moab, I can't wait to get my hands on Moab. Man, them proud ass Hamites, they proud. But Moab, man, I got a special thing for Moab. But Moab, Elam, I hate them, man.
They ain't got it.
They're gonna be cooking. I have Elam cooking in captivity. They're gonna be one of my top cooks. Okay, Moab ain't cooking shit.
Moab can't cook a goddamn thing.
I'm gonna have them on the
they're gonna be giving massages.
Yeah. Hey, well, they're good at that. The women, the men, y'all gonna be in cocktails, man. No, they're gonna be in a goddamn fucking the lava mines, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all
doing. Oh,
yeah, man.
Hey, it's gonna be hardcore.
It's gonna be hardcore, boy. And we're gonna put an equal amount of hell on all these nations, man.
Especially Esau.
But Esau, man, everybody's gonna wanna. You know, the Most High got to put a spirit on Israel to like chill out. Because if we're gonna exterminate y'all, but y'all gotta get through that 1,000 years and make babies.
And when we exterminate them, all nations will have to come to their feast.
Yeah, all of them will come. Oh, live at the barbecue.
Live, man. We're gonna have a.
This is Psalm chapter 60, verse 8. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I make my shoe. Philistia triumph over because of me. You know, Moab, who's the so-called Chinese, they're gonna be doing it goes into their lots in the kingdom. They're gonna be washing dishes, whatever, massages. Edom, hey, they're gonna be at the bottom. What's your shoe? That's where you step at. That's your basis part.
Ain't no Edomite taskmaster.
Exactly. They're gonna be at the lowest level. You know,
the Hamites gonna be the top taskmasters.
He's not gonna be trying to sell out. He's not gonna be trying to sell out. No,
Ham is cool, boy. Ham is cool.
They mean as hell, right?
They mean as hell. So they make good taskmasters, man. Yeah. They make good. Ishmael too. Ishmael and Ham gonna be good taskmasters, man.
They got a lot to pay for too, though.
The Ishmaelites.
Yeah.
Ishmael got a lot to pay for.
Yeah.
They wicked. We got to be beating these other nations. They're gonna still try to secretly worship Allah. And the kingdom, we're gonna catch them.
We're gonna know.
We're gonna know.
Who had a precept?
I got some.
You had some more?
That was
Hey,
it.
they got one. Romans 8:19. It said, "For the earnest expectation of the creature, what is for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High."
Creation is waiting for us to be put back in our power, so everything can flow as it's supposed to be, man. Everything is out of order here, man. You was gonna say something on that?
Yeah, I'm saying, as even other nations are gonna rejoice when we in power through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. That's a fulfilling of Proverbs 29:2. It said, when the wicked are in power, the people more. Look, people are depressed at all times.
That's why everybody's on drugs.
Yeah, everybody. And they said, when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice, because the work that's the way of nature is supposed to be. Israel on top and everybody else in their respective order. All the other heathen. Think about it. Even in our kingdom, Esau's ruling is snatching your children up, raping them, sucking on their foreskins, having sex pedophile rings, drug labs, putting guns in the neighborhood, having the people shoot each other. Also, they can bring in the New World Order. In our kingdom, we're gonna fuck these cracker babies up, these heathen babies up, throw them against rocks. But we don't be doing no foul shit to them kids like they doing.
Nah, not at all.
When the heathen see, that's what I'm saying. When the heathen are gonna understand that death is the best option. So when they see their babies danced up against the stones, they gonna be like, "Well, shit, at least he ain't grow up." You see, that's what I'm saying. So
but that's okay. But he gonna come right back.
Con.
See, well, you might understand. If you get in the kingdom, when we kill you, you ain't gonna have no rest period, man. Because we're gonna kill you. We're gonna have the power to bring you back.
It's gonna make sense. It's gonna see the so-called white man and his rulership and all this bullshit that he got going. It don't make sense. Can't nobody make sense of what this nigga's doing. But in the kingdom of heaven, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be done under the righteousness of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Yep. You see, so it's gonna be understood. Eventually, the heathen gonna be like, you know what?
Watch this. I got it. Isaiah chapter 14 and 18. This is when Esau is destroyed. All the kings of the nations, even them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. All right, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stone and the pit and the carcass under their feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial. The other nations are going to lose their rulership and they're going to serve their captivity. But after a period of 1,000 years, you're going to be put down, man. They're going to be buried, but you're not going to be joined with them in their burial. You're going to be cut out. You're going to be, see, the other nations, they're going to live. Eventually, we're going to send them to their lands because particular heathen, they're going to get their particular lands. And look, you go over there, you go over there. That we deem. And they're going to be under our jurisdiction. They're going to be under our rule. But you niggas, you're not going to, you Edomites saying, there's going to come a day where you're not going to walk outside and see Esau. I want you go eat. Everywhere you go jog, you go sit somewhere, go to a park, and you go sit down. Esau is every goddamn where, man. Everywhere you go, they're there. You go to a nigga club or a little grown and sexy spot. I'm gonna go here. The wings are good over there. I'm gonna go. And who's there?
He up in there.
He up in there dancing with the nigga woman, man.
Got the last order of wings.
Yeah. No. They do the gentrification back at home. They riding and jogging through the hood. I seen one, we got snowstorms. I seen one nigga out there with a fucking sled.
Yeah.
Yep, Edomites.
They're everywhere.
And neighborhoods that used to be back in New York or Harlem. Yep. Oh, Harlem. Harlem was the black mecca. Harlem is a white yuppie neighborhood now. Brooklyn, certain areas in Brooklyn that I know 15 years ago was straight the hood. Yeah. These are areas I didn't, where my man Big Gag used to live over in Bushwick. I wouldn't go there unless I had a car. Yeah. But now Esau is there, man.
Yeah, right under the black unconsciousness nose. They gentrify the whole damn thing, man.
All right. This is Psalms 137:7. Remember, O Lord, O Yahweh, ye children of Edom.
And that's another spirit that's out here, man, that we need to address real quick. You Israelites don't talk about Esau enough, man. At all. And somehow this nigga gets to sneak behind the scenes and everybody's cursing out each other and everybody's cursing us out. But the man who's actually doing what you mad about, he just gets a pass.
Yep. Wizard of Oz.
He's doing the raping. But the rape is pointed at us. The pedophilia is pointed at us, but the actual nigga who's performing these acts.
Yeah. It's a game.
He's
Yeah.
he's cool.
It's a game. It's a fucking game. Like you idiots, you black unconscious dudes, and you other Israelites that meet up with these guys. Yeah, we gonna get on this guy. Yeah, what about your man? Yeah. It's a big fucking game. But they don't talk about the white. They don't fucking talk about the white man. Son Netta don't talk about the white man
At all.
You know?
At all.
It's not
We
marketed.
have mentioned him in passing, but Esau don't need to be mentioned in passing. This is the time to hone in. That's why the scripture said, "Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom." Man, keep going.
I got four I appreciate it. This is Psalm 104 and 35. It said, "Let the sinners be consumed out of the earth, and let the wicked be no more."
Be no more.
Sure.
And that's what you look. But you got Israelites
Yeah.
saying that Esau
35.
is gonna pay double forever. How does that make sense?
Right.
We ain't gonna never rest. Eventually, we want to be able to. We gonna just Esau for eternity.
We bad.
Just
No.
for eternity.
No.
Eventually, he's gonna be wiped out. That's even mercy. He gonna be gone, man.
It like in that movie, Carlito's Way. Like in that movie called Al Pacino. Look at the movie when he fucked up Billy Blanco, and when he hit him down the stairs. He's walking down the stairs in slow motion. He's talking to himself. You know what's gonna happen now?
Yeah.
Billy's gotta go down. So that's it.
Yeah.
You know what's gonna happen now after that 1,000 years? Esau's gotta go down.
Right, but Nazariah, he gonna have about 4 or 5 Edomites, all right, hidden somewhere. Hell no, man. Esau as a nation after that 1,000-year period, and as the scriptures prescribe, they're gonna be done away with.
Man, you ain't nothing, man. You ain't nothing but a stupid.
They gonna be forgotten. Like when you read.
Why would you want them to be around forever?
Who's gonna say this? Don't listen to that stupid pumpkin head nigga.
Yeah.
Okay, don't listen to him, man. Don't listen to them niggas, man.
It's an empty vessel.
For real, there's some chemical warfare going down in Chicago. The Lord is covering the brothers. The real, that dude is all fucked up in the head, man.
You guys, it's called Stockholm syndrome,
He's
man.
done.
You guys really love Esau. That's why you really don't want Esau to go nowhere.
Yeah, we gotta have him around. We need slaves. Nigga, it's 17, it's 16 other nations.
Yeah, they're gonna serve. The Bible says our walls are gonna be open continuously. They're gonna be bringing in
Isaiah 60, Revelation 20,
You got so many heathens. Why you want Esau to be around forever, nigga? Stop. Hey, the Lord wanted Saul to eradicate.
The house of Saul still here.
And they want to keep them niggas here. They want to keep Esau here. Right. Let this brother finish his preaching.
Psalm 137 and 7. Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, and the day of Jerusalem, who said, race it, even to the foundation thereof.
Yeah, but that's when the Babylonians was coming to get us, and them damn crackers was on the side cheering them on, man. Kill them, get them. Destroy them.
over here.
Yeah.
O daughter of Babylon, who are to be destroyed.
Oh, daughter of Babylon. Them same pumpkin head niggas said that this ain't Babylon.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's ain't no nigga going. What else can you say to a nigga like that?
Yeah, but then I'm supposed to debate you.
Yeah.
I'm going to debate you, and you saying America ain't Babylon. You got
What
it.
Revelation
You got
say?
it, Holmes.
Yeah, what Revelation said? He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is wicked, let him be wicked still.
That's right.
Let him alone.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right. Which means we ain't going back and forth
Nope.
with you guys. We ain't debating
There's
nobody.
no missiles.
There's,
Come on.
we ain't debating you guys. We'll mention you because it's edification.
Yeah.
But we ain't, okay, y'all want to debate? Nah, we ain't debating with you, man.
Bro, a nigga will try to tell you Jordan didn't wear number 23.
Yeah.
How else is Armageddon going to be fought? Let's just be logical. Let's real quick. You got nations coming together for war. That's in the scripture. The nations are going to come together for the final battle. What they going to do? Nigga, how are these nations going to fight?
Yeah. No, they're going to get in the ring and
Trumpet
shit.
fool gonna screw
They're
up.
going to get in the octagon.
But
and
the thing
shit.
is, if it's gonna be a fist fight, America will never lose. Because they supposed to have the mightiest.
Bro,
That's what I'm saying.
they
Come on,
going to
man.
use nuclear missiles, man.
I got one.
Why would the Lord use nuclear? Why would the Lord need you?
They gonna nuke back and say wrong.
No, there ain't no nukes.
Yeah, it's a volcano. Yeah, a traveling volcano.
Go ahead.
Hold on, I got one for you. This is Jeremiah 25:31. It says, "A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth,
That's the missiles, man. Boom, 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 all over the missiles. Okay, we focus on America because this is Babylon. But them missiles gonna hit Russia. They're gonna hit China. They're gonna hit the targets are there, man. Israel gonna get decimated, man.
I say this war is gonna be fought with fuels and fire.
Like we understand the chariots will come bring fire too, but niggas, you don't see all of the nuclear missiles the nations are gathering to themselves.
Well, the Lord said, Isaiah 54, he had to create the Smith.
Yep.
That's a scientist.
Right.
Oppenheimer, Einstein, that is a team.
Right,
Brown.
The Israel might be worse than America.
What the Lord say? What will I if it already be kindled?
Yeah.
It's gonna already be going down.
So for you stupid Israelites that's over there in Israel, y'all follow them other dumb niggas going back, we gotta go back to the Holy Land. And GOCC, he took niggas back over
He's
there.
back here now.
Yeah, but then he took them niggas
They still
over
over
there and it took their passports and left them stranded over there. And if you over there, you have to join the Israeli army. Mandatory. Okay?
And war is coming, so y'all gonna be on the front line.
Yeah,
The women, the children, all of y'all gonna be on the front line.
the Lord said you destroy that land because it has to be purified.
Yeah, them so-called Jews are over there, man. They didn't defile the land. These guys from HODC, they went over there. Okay, we went back
They
there.
had to put the hat on. They had to put on the
yarmulke. They did the glory industry.
Yeah.
Went back to
Take their
Israel.
garments off.
Look, brother, we went back to Israel. You can take your garments off and put a yarmulke on, man.
And they
Go
made it
inside that
yarmulke.
sepulcher over
Yeah,
there.
see? And that yarmulke, you know what the yarmulke is? That's sun worship. That's a dish for the sun. Even your baseball cap, when you look at the top of it, it has the ball on it and the sun rays going across it. That's
That
what
goes
the
back to the
yarmulke.
Greeks. It's one scripture in here they put on a hat. It's the
Oh, no,
Yeah.
They put on the hat.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's a women, man. You winning because you wearing a baseball cap.
Yeah. But I'm just, you know, they're doing champion.
You know what they say? Niggas talking about
Yeah.
you wearing this, you had on that, you had on this.
Yeah,
But
no,
no,
everybody
All
got
of
the
them
job.
No, all these Toyota, the Saturn, Honda, the Colt, the horns.
Yep.
You look at the Honda,
Yep.
everything.
Then when you do have those cars, you gotta pass by every fucking gas station.
Yeah,
If you go to Shell, you going off. If you go to BP, you going off.
Yeah.
All these fucking gas stations. That's what I'm saying. So if you got a car, you going off. If you get gas, you going off. Come on, bro.
But that's why the Lord said in Jeremiah 25:31, he said, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. The Lord has a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. What's the controversy? They worship other gods. And now people have fell into it. That's why the Lord said he's going to burn it all up. From the concrete to the symbolism, everything is satanic.
I can't wait for that day.
Yeah. And the only cleaning agent to clean that is no thermonuclear missile.
Fire.
That's
And then the Most High said he's going to increase the power that the missiles already got, that atomic power. He's going to put his spirit in the missiles.
Right.
And that land Israel's going to probably, man, that place going to probably burn way worse than America going to burn. Because that's the Lord's holy land, and Esau defiled it, man. So remember, Israel is going to be completely, utterly destroyed, man. The only thing we're going to inhabit it afterwards. So Esau got a lot of work to do, man.
Destroy and rebuild.
I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just, your mind gets to wondering, like sometimes, just out of curiosity, I wonder how they're going to do it. How are they going to make it? You at least, because I know y'all watching, so we talk. How y'all going to make it in the first couple of seconds when we get our hands on you, man?
Hey, but you know what?
Yeah, I got
The Lord has a sense of humor. They like to call themselves Masons. The word Mason means master builder. You're going to masterly build up the kingdom of heaven.
But what's right? How are they going to do it, man? How are they going to do it? Like when we first get them, these are people that have never lifted a fork. Yeah. They don't know what hard work is, man. These Rothschilds, these elites. So we get them, we grab them up, man. We put our fucking hands on you, man, and we get you, and we just fuck you, and we start punching you and choking you and shit, and we get them, and we just fuck. Man, like, I don't know, man. It's like you might have an orgasm, man. Like,
hey, well, that's scriptural, man. Hey, somebody get that. The flower of virgin.
Hey, I understand what I'm saying, man.
What he's trying to say, you crazy.
It's gonna be better than sex.
Well, the Lord said that. He said when you kill him, he's gonna make a noise as through wine. You know when you got that wine?
Yeah, man.
You know when you drink it?
Yeah.
It tells you that in Zechariah 9.
Okay.
9 to 15 verse.
They're gonna have the fancy suits on, and then you put your hand on them. The first thing you're gonna want to grab his tie. Then they're gonna that fucking tie. Grab it up and choke him with the fucking.
Watch this.
Yo.
Sirach 20:4. As is the lust of a eunuch to devour a virgin, so is he that executes judgment with violence.
I just
It's gonna be
said
better than sex.
that.
It's gonna be better than sex.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Hey, what man I see? He said, I want to shoot. Hey, he said, I want to shoot you so hard. I want to shoot you so bad my dick is hard.
My dick is hard.
You're listening to what you
Yeah.
Try to twist it.
It's gonna be better than sex. Guys, I'm gonna kill you like that. That's what he's begging, but it's gonna be better than sex.
Hey, what that thing in Tupac said?
Revenge is like
Let's get pussy.
That's my favorite Tupac song.
Yo, Mary.
Yeah, Revenge is like the sweetest joy. At that moment, and I'm talking about when we get that power, and we got that Superman power, and then we go. No, for real, man. They're gonna be in them space. They're gonna go under what it's in the scriptures. We're gonna go under the ground. We're gonna get them. Yeah, fucking run in the back of the fuck up or grab them. Gonna fuck up, man. We get our hands on them, and then we're gonna just choke them with their ties.
I got a precept.
You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna get them, and then, but after we beat their ass up for a little while, go ahead and get to work. How are they gonna do it? Like, cause where they gonna get the tools from?
Yeah.
Hey, and what the Bible said, you can't imagine. You got the doomsday purpose with those bunkers. Hey, brothers, y'all see them? These are just the $3 million bunkers. They got different levels: a gym, a swimming pool, sauna, wash machine, vegetation to grow. Now imagine what the elites got. The military's got whole cities and mountains. Underground
Some
cities.
niggas still have cars and all that shit.
Underwater. I talked to some military soldiers or people who work for them. They blindfold them or put them on a bus with blackened windows and bring them underground in certain places. Have them work and bring them back to another base. So imagine what the elites have. That's why the Lord said, Amos, they dig in the ground, you're going to give it. And then the water, you're going to give it.
Revelation chapter 6 and 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great man, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty man, and every bondman, because you know they're going to have slaves down there, all right, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. And said to the mountains and rocks, fall upon us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb.
Yes.
And that's where Jeremiah 16 comes in, when we're going to come hunt them out of those rocks.
Yes, that's right.
We're going to get them.
Those they dig in the hell.
Yep.
You got it?
Yeah, I
got
got
to read that.
I'm gonna start at verse 1. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 1. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, smite the lintel of the door, that the post may shake.
Can I say something real quick? Start from the top where you just started at.
Okay. I saw the Lord standing upon.
Stop. It said, I saw the Lord standing. In some scriptures, you see him sitting. He's standing. That was, if you sitting, there's a certain thing going on. But if you standing, it's a difference. Go ahead.
Come.
And he about to fight.
Yeah. And he said, smite the lintel of the door.
That's what I'm saying. He was standing up when he gave that order. Go ahead.
That the post may shake, and cut them in the head, all of them. And I will slay the last of them with the sword.
I thought the Lord loved everybody, though. That's the order to execute vengeance and judgment. Go ahead.
He that fleeth of them shall not flee away.
That's what I'm saying. You can't run. You can't hide. When the Spirit of the Lord is on you to execute judgment, and that's what I'm saying, ain't no hiding spot. Go ahead.
And he said the last one. Remember in Revelation 9, it tells you it's going to be 7 men. It's going to repent.
That's what I'm saying. It's all coming together.
That's all we got left to look forward to, man. Hey, man. So I get very passionate, man. Thinking about that. I get into it, man. The spirit, I was glad to fantasize about that shit, man. You gotta see it. Get your motherfucker gonna grab you up, we're gonna grab your shit, we're gonna fuck you up, man. And we're gonna get your daughters, man. Man, we're gonna fuck you up. Okay? You're gonna get you crackers, man.
And this is all scriptural. Everything we said, we can pull precepts to show you that it's right there, man.
The scripture said that mind shall meditate terror.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, the Lord says gonna bring it to our remembrance.
Right.
Go down there when you're on YouTube, pull up them civil rights marches where you see them marching and they get fucking jake up. Then think about it. You in your home, minding your fucking business. You got 15 crackers on horses and white sheets come upon your house, rape your daughter, your mother, maybe even your son. That's when it's time vengeance.
Bring the crosses, you know, and then all the land, the Esau coming and stealing our land. You've been killing so-called Native Americans. You rolling up on our villages, killing us, raping our women. You fucking nasty crackers, kidnapping our women and take them up in the mountains and make them into squaws. And y'all was taking turns popping the so-called Indian woman up in the mountains, popping her. You mountain men crackers. Okay, you make a fucking treaty with us, and then say, okay, so this treaty stands, and then you just break the treaty, man. You make a treaty, you say, hey, here's an American flag, raise that flag, and then the soldiers will know that you're a peaceful village. But then you just roll in and shoot everybody anyway.
Be there and they'll do it.
The flag is right there. You just like at the Washita River, man. They had an American flag and the white flag, the troops, and the custom just rolled in and it's killed everybody anyway, man.
Told them to get over.
The Colorado massacre, the Great Swamp massacre up there in the Wampanoag, man, there's a lot of massacres that you didn't kill Indian people. Amongst Reuben during the so-called Seminole Wars. Y'all had us, and the fucking reason the Seminole tribe is down in the swamp, because y'all pushed us into the swamp.
Right.
Because we had other lands, but then when the soldiers came in, we had to flee into the swamps, and we adapted on how to live in the swamp. Okay, and the women, our children would die because the soldiers would be coming through in the canoes looking for us. So we'd be right there hiding. So the babies would cry, so the women would snuff the babies. Okay, so they would put their hand over the baby's mouth to keep the baby quiet, and the baby's crying because it's hungry, and then they would accidentally suffocate our own babies, man.
Oh yeah,
you fucking devils got a lot to pay for. And those are stories handed down from my grandmother, man, of the shit you fucking devils did. The Indian boarding school system.
Yeah.
Where you were turning us into faggots and lesbians, man.
Couldn't speak the language.
Catholic priests, and you couldn't speak the language, but then they were popping the boys. And you devils got a lot to pay for, man.
That's right. Shit make me mad as hell, man.
Okay. Had y'all looking up the KKK in Colorado? They always talk about stringing up Judah. Nah, they were boasting that they were stringing up Judah, Gad, Issachar, and Italians.
Yeah, I said that at the camp.
Yeah, so yeah, it's fair. Yep. I just watched.
Which proved they knew that the Italians were Jake. Yep. Well, in Jungle Fever, he told and you go back and watch the movie Jungle Fever with Wesley and them, and the one who Totoro, he had told the story about he was reading something in the movie. He said, yeah, this back in the turn of the century, some Italian guys was down south and they hung them too. Yeah. They were the Italians were helping, they owned the store or something. And then the other wops, hey, well, that's good. They should have been consulting with niggas. Because they knew the Ku Klux Klan, if you're Italian, you can't join the Ku Klux Klan.
They said that too, more better blues.
Yeah.
The brother with the glasses had their sister, had the Italian chick.
Yeah.
He's like, he's a sister, man.
Yeah.
Like clown on him, but
yeah.
So it's like we always do.
Well, the Klan says, the KKK say anybody from Southern Italy we don't accept. If you're like, but they retarded. Them Klans, you got a bunch of backwoods, inbred, dumb motherfuckers anyway. And guess what? Guess what? You Klansmen, a lot of you are niggas. A lot of y'all are niggas or Gadites. See what I mean? It's a joke.
Clayton Bixby.
It's a joke.
Finish this one right here.
Esau gonna pay, man.
Psalms 137:8. I'm get straight to. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed.
But that proved that Babylon is talking about it's referring to the so-called white man, Esau, America.
Because he controls the modern day Babylon.
I'm saying then he goes from Esau to Pharaoh later in the scriptures.
Romans 9.
Come.
Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall ye be that taketh and dash the little ones against the stone.
That's all right, man. That's okay.
And that's scripture.
That's all right, man.
Scripture, baby.
Your little babies, I don't care if you people get emotional over that. We're going to take little so-called white babies, grab them by their feet and ankles, and we're going to take them pop right against the wall, stone wall, man.
I was saying along with Moabite babies, Elamite babies, all you heathens, man.
Well, they did it to our babies. No shit. They're going to take little black babies and little Native American babies and toss them to the alligators, man.
You see it on the news. What do the cops do to Jake? They take them and slam them on the ground on concrete.
Yeah.
Well, watch this. Let's prove that Yahushua is down with what this brother just read. Luke 24:44. And he said unto them, these are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me. So that's a psalm.
Yep.
He just read a psalm. So that's going to be fulfilled, man.
Right.
And guess what? David, those were songs.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
prayers.
Praise.
So David was sitting there singing about it.
Yeah.
Drinking.
Yeah.
Happy
That's a mixtape. That's a mixtape for your ass.
He was singing it.
That's a mixtape for your ass.
I'm singing it in the end, but that's okay. Happy shall he be. Not take your heart and the ones who against the stone.
Because David understood rulership, man. You have a lot of people, you know, saying that are Israelites, that are against Christianity, and they can't understand it because we have a point of view of the people that are oppressed.
Right.
We're coming back into our rulership mentality. So we have a more austere and a more
We don't get emotional.
more austere and a more objective mindset, man.
Right. Well, the Lord said he was going to build the tabernacles of David as the days of old. So we have a different mind frame than this world. And and through that, we're going to get hate. We're supposed to be hated.
What was the description of King David? He was a man after
The Most High.
Yeah.
And the Most High don't think of it. He's on a whole different thing.
The Most High had the Most
Yeah,
High
man.
intentions in mind and what he was doing. He wanted the will of Yahweh Yahushua to go forward.
And David
First,
killed
you know.
Edomites.
But what the Lord say? He said, my thoughts are your thoughts, right?
Right.
Ezekiel, the 25th chapter, I believe 25:17-12. Oh,
Which,
there you go. See? Yeah, there you go.
real quick, I'm sorry, brother. Being that what I just happened, real quick as a footnote, just the rape thing. People get all emotional over the rape shit because y'all thinking of an American.
Right. You beat her up.
Yeah.
Where did that mindset come from, though?
Yeah.
Who's the number one rapist?
The number one rapist.
So everybody's so upset. But you had a Virginian congressman come out saying that he's a pedophile, man.
No.
He hit that hoe.
And nobody
He hit that hoe.
nobody's upset, man.
A senator.
You have all these other groups that want to come out and do these videos on the whole so-called rape doctrine, which is not a doctrine. It's just
It's not a doctrine.
It's just a law.
It's not a doctrine.
And then it's in the Bible where instances of rape happen.
Okay.
Even amongst Israel.
I have to say
In
this.
Western culture, it's only a small piece of the world that doesn't have arranged marriages. Now,
Yeah.
you go through right now, there's women being married off that don't want to be married necessarily to the person that they with. Now, this world considered that rape, right? Because he's going to consummate his marriage. Why? Because the union of those two families is extremely important.
Yep.
You see, so in a lot of situations in the ancient world, the woman didn't necessarily want to be with a certain man.
But the father was like, this
This is who you're gonna be with. And that night, when they went to the tent,
it's on.
he smashed it up, man.
Hey, because a woman can't refuse her husband.
Yeah.
Color purple.
Yeah.
Y'all still the color purple. Still, he didn't want to go. She didn't want to go with Danny Glover. And when he took her home that night, man, she was carrying all the gear in the snow. He was on the horse.
Yeah.
And then the scene cut. And then the kids, the rotten ass kids, they were rotten kids though.
Yeah.
They threw rock Ron, that was fucked up. But I'm saying, you know, she didn't want to be in that situation. I'm pretty sure. Nope. I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
But hey, that was her husband. Her father gave her over, and then the scene cut. Now y'all saw the movie. He had all the belts and he wasn't making love to her. Yeah, he was tearing up. So that's my wife now. I'm gonna tear it up.
This book comes from an ancient perspective.
Yeah.
You didn't have the mind of America and people understand the scriptures, man. That's where you guys fight against the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Somebody get Jeremiah 6:16 real quick.
But can I say this, please, concerning the rape thing? You niggas get all fucked up over the rape thing. Like I said, like number one, the rape thing. Look, man, we ain't pushing. We ain't teaching no rape.
Thank you.
We ain't teaching brothers to go out and rape nobody. We ain't saying. We never said, we ain't saying that it's okay to go out raping women. We never said it's okay to go out raping little girls. That demon polite, he twisted the shit. Okay? He twisted the shit. Okay? And I was there that night, and I wanted to explain, but the spirit was on Apostles of Heart. He said, no, let me deal. But I'm going to explain it now. You dumb nigga, polite. And all you, when you're a demon, you know what you're doing.
He knows the right.
Well, in Egypt, they did that. In Egypt, women were married off at 12, 13, 14.
No, but he was doing, he was using that, it's like kind of subversive tactics, sensationalism.
Yeah.
And emotions are playing on the emotions. Hold on. Brother, to break your daughter, hey, I'm going to say this. If I had a 12-year-old daughter, right, I don't have a daughter, but other brothers got daughters. If I had a 12-year-old daughter and a brother raped my daughter, like I'm talking about now. Yeah, I'm saying I'm gonna beat his ass. Right. And I'm gonna give him the let him go to jail.
Yeah, you can't be in the camp.
You can't be he ain't gonna be in the camp. Yeah. Because it's not expedient. It's not right. Because in the number one, in the kingdom, nobody's gonna be raping nobody.
Exactly. Just like we ain't teaching brothers to go out and kill homosexuals.
Thank you.
That's in the law.
Thank you.
We didn't teach that. Nobody goes crazy.
And we said this. If any of you brothers, and we said it on camera to all the brothers that follow us, so to speak, if any of you brothers, and Apostle Paul, I've said this. Yeah, man, look, if any of you brothers go out and rape somebody, man, then don't call us. Yeah. Don't call us talking about you need bail money. Right. Because fuck you, man.
And give us your password so we can take GMS off your name for you. Why you
That's right. The real talk. Yeah, do that, please. Hey, well, brothers.
Have some integrity.
Yeah, when the apostle said rape. No, but you got some, you know what, man? The problem is, see, you got dudes out there, you got a lot of demonic, bugged out niggas that watch the videos. And you got brothers that's with us. We know who's with us, man. We know who's with us. But you got some bugged out little group of reprobate niggas too that's bugged out. Yeah. And you go out there and do some crazy shit. Yeah. They say, I'm on GMS.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Standing on top of tractor trailers talking about, all right.
Yeah, screaming.
So no, you might have agents or provocateurs. Do that. Esau sent that out there and said, look, that's it, that's a member of GMS.
That's right. That's already.
That's why the Lord will have to be the final. And in the kingdom, all people are gonna be righteous. And as men, as kings, we're gonna protect our nation, protect our wives, protect our daughters, protect our homes. No foreign objects ever again gonna come in and defile us.
That's right.
You know we're gonna be protected.
That's right.
That's why the Lord said, he that waiteth on me to renew his strength. And the Lord said, I shall make you a sharp, treacherous instrument. You're going to make us our bodies weapons of war.
What do you do with the threshing instrument, man? You know, that's when you thresh. When you thresh wheat, you constantly beat at it and knock out the husks and the seeds and the chaff, man.
He said,
when he eats off that,
we're gonna be the Lord's rod of iron, man.
Good.
You know,
with feet till I'm breaking pieces of the
nation.
Right.
The nation.
That's right.
And he goes down the line.
And we talking about that right now. That time to come, Jeremiah 16:16. Hey man, the Lord gonna use us, so we're gonna get down.
Right. And the reason why we're mentioning all of these judgments that have to go out is because of the wickedness that the world is consumed in, and it has to be cleansed. That's right. It has to be cleansed, and it's gonna be cleansed by them. Right.
Yeah.
I got real quick,
And then this brother got one. And then I want that Jeremiah 16.
All right,
That's on.
This is back up the Apostle Rakar. He said, this is John chapter 6, verse 64, it says, "But there be some of you that believe not. For Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were that believed not,
Wow,
and who should betray him."
Yahushua knew from the beginning, the elect. Yahushua knew who his man was, the elect. The elect was always with Yahushua. And he knew who was the demon. Judas Iscariot, he already knew who was going to do what. He already knew.
That's right.
Hey, Apostle, if I can say this, if you read up, there was a stumbling block that Yahushua had brought out.
Oh yeah, that was when he eat my flesh, drink my blood.
That made a lot of people fall out.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that's going
I'm
on.
saying.
Yeah,
It's
the
a
same
stumbling
thing is
block.
going to happen. You know, with the rape doctrine, and then when it get hot out here, man, because they be showing clips, you know what I'm saying, of brothers going hard on the news, you know, which is going to be a stumbling block to a lot of people, man.
Yeah, that's right. It's a stumbling block. It's a stumbling. Yeah, that rape thing was a major stumbling block that the Most High set up to fuck a lot of niggas over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got something, brother?
Mark 8:38. He said, "The red says, whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and my words
Wow.
in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father and with his holy angels."
That's right, the doctrine of the Yahushua. So all these guys that want to alienate us and shit, oh yeah, just GMS, you other Israelite groups, which you dumb niggas, when Esau rolled, he rolled on y'all too.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Right.
Hey, you know what's heavy though? The Spirit got us when we glorify and promote the name of Yahweh Yahushua. Yahushua say, "Whoever confess me before men, I shall confess before the Father." They don't do that. You worry about some rape. Esau's about to come in.
Yeah.
Rape, and look, and the kingdom of heaven will be protected. Right now, Jacob's about to go through Jacob's trouble. The mercenaries, the U.S. soldiers, they're about to come and rape. And you got giants among them. They might try to rape the men.
The purge, they go rape.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, half of these dudes I heard is claiming rape this, rape that. Get the fuck out the way, man. Stop, Leon.
No, bitch.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
But that's the question.
But at the end of the day, it's just a law.
And that's
It's
true.
a law on how to handle it, man.
I said,
And women, and look, but women like that. Women don't want those soft broke motherfuckers. They don't. A real woman was a man.
Women say that.
They say that one of the number one fantasies of women is rape.
that was it. But think about this. You got all these in America, you can rape a woman and get away with it. Think about this. You're gonna think twice. You're gonna think twice about strong arm in the box. If you gotta marry her, you can't divorce her, you gotta take care of her for the rest of your life.
And you gotta pay.
And you gotta pay.
Hey, you want to hear something? What's America's number one family show up right now? Family Feud. You know that was on one of the questions.
Oh, it was.
Women fantasize. Steve Harvey's like, oh shit.
No.
Women put up their rape, and the audience put that up.
Apostle Cabal, brother, he actually brought out, Apostle Cabal actually brought out the statistic. He actually looked it up,
That's right.
and that's fucking true. Look, I used to deal with a chick, or a couple of chicks. I used to deal with a chick a couple of years back that told me outright when we first met. That told me outright, look, you know, she was an ex-biker chick, and she told me outright, look, look, you know, just I want you to rape me, okay? Just take it.
Yeah.
She said, if you ever come in here, I meet a guy, and he asks me for sex, I tell him, get the fuck out of my house. She throws him out the house because he's a faggot. She said that straight outright.
Damn.
She said, look, if a man come in here, like if I meet a guy and he comes over or whatever, and he asks me, hey, baby, can I get some pussy? She
But
gets
when
the fuck
have
out
you
my house.
ever asked?
She throws him out.
Yeah, you was thinking.
No,
That was her
seriously,
thing.
I've
bro.
never posed that question.
Well, can we?
I've never posed that
Yeah.
question. And never will.
Look at it. Yeah.
Can I?
Well, you do say get in the shower.
You know,
She been walking, sitting on a 7-Eleven toilet.
That's a tip.
That's just a tip. I like women straight up.
Yeah, you want
you know, ain't
But the
never
thing
asked.
is, that's a fact. Yeah. But the fact is, women do like it. And you know what? The people that's making the beef about the rape thing on you, dudes,
Run this nigga. You said
Yeah, and the only reason why women do those is because they run a game.
Yeah.
Just wait for them to use that pussy against men.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Somebody get Jeremiah 6:16.
I got you.
Because
Jeremiah,
hey, you remember ISUPK was trying to use that rape with that older woman
The
out there.
freakiest niggas in
And then that woman was like, well, I do like when a man takes control and takes it.
yeah, he got cut. Yeah.
They got cut, you know?
Wow.
Go
That was
ahead.
the Lord, man.
That was the Lord.
That was the Lord.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 6:16. Thus said Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old path.
The old path, man. Go ahead.
Where is the good way?
The good way. Hey, do y'all really believe that Yahweh Shai, they think the Most High was born in America. They really believe that the Most High himself was born in America with these emotions. No, man, it was a whole different way back then.
You know what, man? Can I say this real quick? You bitch-made Israelites, y'all need to move out the way,
You
man.
gotta go.
You whole-ass Israelites, you new age Israel, you guys are faggots.
Yeah.
Y'all
Straight
fucking faggots.
Straight up.
Bottom line, you call yourself Israelite. You're the rape, man. Yo, man, y'all gonna die.
Right.
Y'all gonna die.
Because they supposed to be like, we know what the brothers are saying. That's,
Yeah.
Hey, one
Right.
dude did. The dude, forget his name, man. He's kind of like a bug out. Nah, well, the dude with the dreads, he even got it. But somebody was on the show, was interviewing him. All right, and the dude was like, well, there is a law in the scriptures where if a man took it and she wasn't betrothed, you know, he would have to pay for it.
Yeah,
That's
I
what they're
remember
talking
that.
about.
Yeah.
That's what the rest of Israel is supposed to be saying. But they're joining hand in hand with the world and trying to make us see the rapists. That emotion.
Because the rest were blinded.
But the Lord is about to come back and smoke the whole world and set up a righteous government. Children, women, older people gonna be dying. But you're supposed to be a leader and you getting all caught up over this one law, man?
Because you're
That make no
not.
sense, man.
I'm talking about caught up to the point
How
where
you
you
gonna
don't
be
be
a
a leader.
leader? How you gonna be a ruler of the next world when you can't get over that hump?
Because you're not the men of the Lord.
That's right.
At the end of the day, Yahweh Shai said, Matthew 13:9, not all men, no, that's Matthew's 19th chapter.
Right.
Not all men can receive the same day to whom it is given.
Yeah.
But unto you, Matthew 13, it is given another mystery of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
It's not manifested to many. And we go home, our children jump, everybody's safe.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's at risk of being raped or destroyed by us.
Yeah.
Man. And if we do take it from our women, they love it.
Well,
But hey, that's our business.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
That's your business.
See, Jake thinks rape that her teeth is bleeding. And, you know, it's just basically like Jake go to the club. How many of you went to the club before and said, "Hey man, you coming with me"?
Yeah.
I've had women back in the day. It ain't happened to me a long time. I tell you, you coming with me?
But I want to say this though.
Right.
You know, there was situations in the ancient world where there was a woman and a man, they had kind of a thing going on maybe in the background.
Right.
And a man took it upon himself to take over a situation.
Take over a situation.
And like he took it.
With Joseph.
You know, he didn't. It wasn't, he was like, man, I'm about. Look, you coming with me?
Yeah, you coming with me.
Okay, it wasn't on no, you know, woo woo woo.
Yeah.
Well, there was instances of that.
Yeah, but
there was
there was instances of straight up.
Look,
he took the woman from the father's house. They went off somewhere,
swept her
gone
off her
for
feet.
some months, and they
A
had
whole
to deal
month.
with, and
Bro,
they had to deal
a
with
whole
the situation.
moon cycle.
Romeo
That's
and
what
Juliet.
the term swept her
Romeo and
off.
Juliet go to that.
The term sweep her off her feet. That goes back to an ancient custom where a man would go get a woman,
Yeah.
take her away from her father's house for a moon cycle.
Yeah.
Moon cycle.
And then when he came back,
And
he
he would come back.
knew what it was.
Yeah.
He was like, damn, I wanted her to marry him, but I
Right,
could
but
see that he took it
it's
upon himself to create this situation.
You know,
But you gotta rectify this
You gotta
woman, boy.
rectify.
Yeah. Oh, that go back to the South. That's how it was, man. Oh, man. That go back to the South. You know, the old days of America.
yeah.
Back in the 1800s and if a dude popped a dude's daughter and got her pregnant and shit, the fathers, then she came home and said, "Yeah, Daddy, I'm pregnant."
Yeah.
I said, "Okay, after dinner, we're going to go over and see that boy. And I know he's going to do the right thing."
I had to do that with my wife. I had to call the father and be like, yo,
Yeah.
you know,
Hey,
he called me, he don't even speak that much English. And I had to get my Spanish game together and be like, look,
Poppy Bro.
It went down.
I'm gonna take care of your daughter.
Yeah.
Boom. He was cool for me from that point forward.
It's
That's manly.
Hey, merchandise, you black, you black.
This brother got a precept.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
It says 1 Kings 3:9. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. So you saying about being king, you gotta be able to discern.
Right, we can't be emotional.
Judge.
We gotta understand that this book has a whole different vibration than the world we live in. And there are some things that you may read and you say, well, I wouldn't do that. Okay, cool. You wouldn't do that, but it happened.
It don't make
You
it
move forward with it.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't have to be no big argument back. Like these niggas been talking about this for years.
Hey,
Just say you wouldn't do it and move on with your life.
Ezekiel 8 of old. He said,
We
"With
wouldn't
sweet,
do it.
but bitter."
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, because when you learn that you're Israelites and you really read the history, you know that Israel was the wickedest damn people on this earth. Bestiality, idolatry, homosexuality.
Bro,
Our people dove into it.
bro. The sons of Benjamin, the Benjamites raped a bitch to death.
That's right.
Exactly.
In the Bible.
Then cut her up.
That's what I'm saying. And still, according to the law, to preserve the seed of Benjamin.
No. That was a different story.
No. I'm saying that's that story that you mentioned.
Right.
The Benjamites raped the bitch to death.
That's what
Right?
That's
That's what I'm saying. But the Lord still had mercy on Benjamin, and the elders went to the law to say, you know what? Go snatch these women up so your seed can be preserved. So obviously, emotions has to be taken out of the equation.
Now listen, but what the Lord said, Ezekiel 9:4. He said, "Mark the men that sigh and cry for the abominations." Look at the abominations that do go on right here. You got married women that's getting raped. You got children that's being raped. You got men in the fucking jail system that's being raped. And I'll bring out the statistic again. Hey, America is the only place in the world where men are raped more than women because of the fucking prison system.
Yeah, the prison system's
And
coming.
no,
Niggas don't talk about
there's
that,
no
right?
outcry from you Israelites.
Yep.
But then with us, you got so much fucking to say, man. What about Esau? Then you had one nigga say, I ain't gonna say his name, he used to be in Great Millstone, another faggot, all right? How much longer y'all gonna talk about Esau? Y'all don't want to see me in these scriptures. Just a faggot.
No, listen. Nobody dealing with no fucking, what's my man from, what's that, Willie Dynamite? You got to have vision, Willie. What was his name? What was the dude that ever watched that movie? There's a pimp. He's a real feminine pimp. Nobody dealing with that. The Lord not looking for you feminine. He said, put off that weak nature. Isaiah 46:8 said, remember ye this, the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, and show yourselves men. And we stand up for righteousness. Rape is something that's gonna happen in Babylon to the fucking missiles hit.
You niggas, you know what, man? You hoe ass niggas, you faggots. You see, you wanna know why? Let's put it plain. You guys, you faggot niggas, you ex-GMS members, or you other niggas that is, like, this is a game to y'all. When the real deal hit out here, you niggas are gonna be casualties, man.
Right.
You got these last couple of seconds
to do your little
fuckery.
YouTube page.
When the shit hit the fan, if they cut the internet down tonight,
Man.
okay, what y'all gonna do, man? What y'all gonna do? You can type all the stupid shit you want. What are you gonna do if the internet goes down tonight, man? When this shit hit the fan, y'all gonna be casualties, man.
The spirits ain't right.
Yeah. You're homos, man. You're faggots.
Somebody got preset?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, go ahead.
This is Sirach, chapter 26, verse 5. It says, there be three things that mine heart feareth, and for the fourth I was sore afraid. The slander of a city, the gathering together of an unruly multitude, and a false accusation.
So all of these false accusations, y'all gonna have to prove that each brother raped somebody or an underage child. You gonna have to prove that. And if you can't prove it, which you're not gonna be able to, because this big old war is cherry love. She say, I got she said on the comment, well, I got actual rape victims of GMS, and I'm gonna do a video on it. Then she changed the whole topic and stopped talking about rape.
Video ain't came.
Nah, you gonna have to prove that. You gonna have to prove it. You Frisco dyke. All right, you gonna have to prove that brothers really did that. Y'all gonna have to eventually. There's gonna come a day where all of these idle words that you're speaking, you're gonna have to answer for that.
You got to prove.
See, right now with the internet, me and Apostle was talking about this, man. We're tired of the internet because everybody can just have a platform to be a demon.
Even a Rothschild is tired of that shit.
Even the Rothschilds are tired of it, man. Yeah, for real.
I know they did.
That net neutrality is the good.
Bro, you got people on the internet getting paid thousands of dollars a month by YouTube to eat crab and just talk shit in front of the computer and lie and be, man, when that's wiped out and it's mano a mano, you and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, your spirit in judgment is set. That's the day we look forward to, man.
Yeah, man.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, though we have our issues in the we got wickedness, we ain't perfect, but we doing the work.
We doing the work of the Lord.
So as Job said, what's that scripture in Job? Weigh me by my integrity. Weigh me in the balance that I may know my integrity.
Well, what the scripture says? The scripture says there is no condemnation to them that are in Yahushua.
That's right.
So that's really the end of the whole matter.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I gotta say that's what separates the elect from 2/3 of Israel.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai.
You got it.
And plus being humble. The Lord said, Hosea 5:6, that he would turn his back until they acknowledge their sins.
Right.
See, we acknowledge and we pray for forgiveness through the name of Yahweh Shai.
God,
2/3, they don't have
They
that.
don't care.
They don't care. And they don't, right.
They'll just slander you, and they don't have no mind. Like, damn, I'm tripping.
No.
Go ahead.
This is Job 31:6. It says, "Let me be weighed in an even balance, that the Most High may know mine integrity."
See, the elect are going to be judged by their integrity.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how they're going to be perfect, man, and covered. Blessed, as the scripture says in Psalm 32, blessed is he whose sin is covered, whose transgression is forgiven, and in whose spirit there is no guile.
Right. Yep.
Right. See, outside of that, everybody else is just going to be judged according to the bullshit that they've done in their flesh, man. And there's people doing a whole lot of folly and bullshit and just lying and being demons, man.
Yep, that's right.
And they're able in this world to have a platform to do that and get away with it, man. This is the shadow of death, man.
Yeah.
This is the valley of the shadow of death, man. Where there's no order, wickedness is promoted. Women who just lie get support from every goddamn body and pay a GoFundMe. You can just do all sorts of wickedness and then GoFundMe.
With no judgment.
There's no judgment, man.
I got another quick one. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 14. It says, "For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment."
That's right.
With every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
That's what we win, brothers.
Right.
All right, and you sisters who listen, you too. Hey, the Lord will have mercy on a lot of you Israelite women. We get on the women, but we really getting on these bitches out here. If you a woman and you trying to do what you can to the, of course you gonna do wickedness and go off. But if you a woman who the Lord chose to be delivered, you gonna be delivered.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women that's gonna be delivered.
That's right.
But to these hoes out here and to these, like, man, I don't even want to say her name, man. Cherry Scrub, man.
Yeah,
Women like that, man, just love the wife. She was looking at vocab like it was Jesus. She was looking up like, oh my, her eyes was blinking, the wet eyeballs.
You know what that is? That's precious.
And you know the thing, right?
That bitch in the movie, when she looked at us, we always talk about movies, the movie relevant. Y'all seen Precious, the movie?
I never saw it.
That big 800-pound gorilla, black bitch,
Big scoop of ice cream.
when she looked in the fucking, in the movie, when she looked in the mirror, she saw an Edomite.
Yeah.
That's the black woman. She saw herself as an Edomite.
Right.
That's the black woman. The black woman is seriously disturbed,
Yeah, I
man.
think that's an image of beauty.
Y'all seriously disturbed. You Israelite women, and not just the black women, you Latino women, all especially y'all.
Right.
You women from the so-called tribe of Ephraim and Simeon.
They love you so.
But look, you see them like you want to watch the Spanish channel, right? You watch the Spanish channel. All them fucking like the women that be on there, the whatever the women, they all dye their hair blonde and put the contacts in. Like Jennifer Lopez, they want to pass for white. Like Jennifer Lopez is a seriously mentally disturbed bitch. She wants to be a white woman, man. Because in all her movies that she would be in, she would never play a Puerto Rican. She would play an Italian or like trying to get away from being Hispanic. That's a fact. Yep. So she's a mentally, seriously disturbed woman. Okay, that's a seriously disturbed woman, man.
Right.
She's always with an Edomite in her movies too.
Yeah, she's always with an Edomite. The only movie she did where she was with Jake was Wesley.
Yep.
Money Train.
Yep.
Every movie she's with a white boy.
I said, even with the show she on now, she a crooked police officer.
But
Yeah,
so
her and Randy Yoder.
you women of the tribes, y'all mentally.
Yeah, a lot of you are gonna just.
Hey, well, a lot of
And I'm gonna say this
them.
too, but then it goes back to the men, the Israelite men. Man, a lot of you Israelite men are wicked. It's all goddamn hell. And Yahweh Shai gonna kill y'all, man.
That's right.
Yeah, because the reason that a lot of our women are screwed up. See, man, when you in the truth for so many years, you know, we're gonna get on the woman and curse y'all out because y'all ain't right, man. But sometimes, man, like when you gotta get on higher levels, like when you've been in the truth for so many years, like the mark of a novice is somebody like this, punching walls and shit.
No control over it.
Yeah, going crazy and shit.
All on Facebook, posting.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill you. But you gotta really kind of sometimes like understanding, man. Like, you know, we get mad at the woman, we get mad at the Israelite woman for the shit they do. They wicked. Solomon said he found none of the righteous. So we understand the scriptures, man. Excuse me. But a lot of these women are messed up, man. And I know this from personal experience, like the brothers in this room, from dealing with these women, talking to them, man, getting in their fucking heads. And you listen to some of the stories that these women tell you, it be true. A lot of you motherfuckers are, ooh, man. I get mad at y'all. The reason these women are screwed up is the niggas, man. A lot of these women, especially a lot of these Hispanic women, Ephraim and Simeon, you Spanish-speaking tribes, a lot of you motherfuckers are in the incest, man. A lot of these women, man, when they were little girls, they got talking about raping, they didn't been molested by their uncles, or their brothers,
dads,
or their fathers. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So after that, a woman ain't right in the head. No way, man. And I'm not talking about when they 12 years, I'm talking when they were little goddamn girls.
Oh man, that's true.
Okay, their brothers and their uncles or their fathers popping them, molesting them. So after that, they ain't right in the head, man.
Yeah.
Cause they're like, that's daddy. Wow, they're supposed to be doing
And they
that.
still remember it.
Of course they still remember the shit. So they ain't never right. They ain't never right in the head, man. They ain't never right. You ain't right in the head. A lot of the women, they got a lot of these bitches have been raped or molested and messed around with when they were little girls. So from that point on, they go yo. You know what I mean? So then, you know, and that's why they go from man to man. And, you know, everything, brother. There's a genesis of everything, man. So and then they get with a nigga, a no good nigga. Then they get with this nigga, they get with that nigga. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, that's why
it just elevates, man.
We're in the valley of shadow.
We're in the valley of shadow of death. But there's psychology behind everything. You understand what I'm saying, man?
That's why Yahweh Shai said you got to purge the filth of the daughters of Israel.
Con, we gotta purge these niggas too.
Yeah.
These wicked niggas.
I got a precept.
Hey, and it's like that's why when we get with these women, we gotta be a goddamn psychiatrist.
Dude,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Babysitter.
It's crazy. You gotta be their
You gotta be
father.
a father. Yep.
You gotta be their father. You gotta be their lover, their psychiatrist, their protector, their provider. Which that's right. But yo, it's just crazy. See, but that's why this world gotta go.
That's right.
And the so-called white man gotta go. And you 2/3 of Israel gotta go, man. Because you got wicked, evil niggas out here, man. You got wicked, evil among my people. What the scripture says, among my people are found wicked men. You got some foul, base niggas in Israel. And y'all gotta go, man. Y'all gotta.
I want to say this. Great Millstone don't teach and support that.
No.
Nah.
When you come into the camp, man, that's one thing that happens first. You got to clean up who you are.
Right.
You won't even come into the side of the camp if certain things are not displayed from the outside.
Right.
More than just, you know, being able to know the scripture.
That's right.
You got to be able to display these things in your daily life.
Yeah.
And these are things that are going to become more scrutinized, especially as we lead up into the time of Jacob's trouble. Because if you don't have that boldness and confidence in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, if you're not putting on that whole armor, you're going to be exposed first by the brotherhood. You know, it talks about the fiery darts of Satan or the devil. Well, we're holding the sword of the word here. And you're going to get cut here first, man. Brothers that are amongst the body that are not putting off those wicked ways. You're going to be found out and exposed amongst the body, man, and moved out or not even accepted in.
Yep, I got something for you. This is Ezekiel 20 and 38. It says, I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. That's all the niggas that's breaking and touching on their sister. It's laws, man. It's common sense. You know, I can touch your fucking sister. But this world is so twisted between all the drugs, between all the psycho, you know, the medicine that Esau put on some of them soldiers. They had that movie years ago, Black Woman, a colored woman, and that kid was messed up for being in the army and threw his children out the window. Shit like that happens. Right? But that's the Lord purging out, too. You know, the Lord said, who killeth and maketh alive? The Heavenly Father. He says, I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel.
You adulterers, man. You niggas that love to commit. And that's one of the laws. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. You niggas that love to commit adultery, because adultery is what it is now. Like what it is, this music. That's why the Lord is killing a lot of you entertainers. Because y'all push that vibration of adultery. You niggas are, well, hey, shit, you know, I like it that way because I can hit it, but she ain't gonna bother me. She married, so she ain't gonna expect nothing from me. Like whatever you
they try to justify their wickedness. Hey, but how is you want to touch another woman when his semen is bulging out of her?
Yes.
Whether her vagina, whether her mouth.
Yes.
That's his spirit on. How you want to touch that? That's homosexuality.
Yes, it is. Oh, and you niggas, I like to, you fucking, and this always, you want to talk about rape, this is something that I always set me off, that gang raping shit. Niggas that gang rape a woman, you are a bunch of fucking faggots. Because one dude, not to be rapping, but I gotta break it down. The first dude that's popping up, he busting off inside of her, he jump out, yeah, get yours. And you gonna stick your rod in there after the dude that his semen is still up.
Right. When I went to college in Louisiana, that's a culture down in Louisiana.
Running trains.
I didn't never. I mean, I'm from California. I mean, California is wicked, but I never really
knew about
that. Wasn't a big culture. When I went to college, bro, you would be walking in the hall and they'd be like, "Come in," and you would go in. And it's a bitch laying there, and she giving one, you know, and the other dude smashing her. I'm like, what the fuck type of shit? What is this?
Hey, brother, hey, man, look, even in the wildest days, only pecking in my fantasy is money. I look at another man's
bro, the dudes up there jacking and riding off, and it's like this. You know,
like this.
You want to women, but
man, this is no more. This goes on every day in society, man.
No, hey, what's this? Why that little boy in New York got stabbed up?
Oh, that dude, yeah. The Simeon that got killed. I heard about that.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
The gang's sister let two niggas run the train, and then the video got out there, so she lied and said it was that dude.
And she accused the innocent man. That's why they chopped him up.
It's the shadow of death.
And that fucking bitch didn't get charged. She didn't get charged.
Wow.
But the Lord got
it.
The Lord got it. And who 1 and 3? The Lord said, slow to anger, but he shall not at all quit the wicked.
Right.
You know, we use it for Esau, but a lot that's for our people too.
Because she's a hoe. Because she pulled the chain, so her brothers are wicked at. And in fact, God told them Spanish tribes, they're highly emotional, man.
They should have hit her ass with rocks.
You can pull a chain, chop your sister up.
Yep, they should have hit her ass with rocks.
And in one video, the Spanish tribe I'm talking about, there's a Spanish girl letting a Spanish boy hit. She put it on Instagram. Shit, her father, man, he shot the shit out of that dude.
Oh yeah, I seen that one.
Shot him like with a gauge like 3 times, then unload a pistol right in his head. It was a headshot. Everything was headshots.
Hey man, Spirit had me look at the comment board. Show them to y'all brothers on the board.
Shalom.
Brother holding firm to the end. He's from Jamaica, I believe, or one of the other islands.
Hey, shalom, brothers.
He put up. He said they had a Jamaican song called "Daddy Don't Touch You There."
Oh shit!
That's
I heard the song. I know what song you're talking about. Daddy, don't touch. Something to that effect. I heard the song before. Yeah, I know the song you're talking about, brother. I know the song. It's something that Daddy Don't Touch Me. I forgot the melody of the song, but I know the song he's talking about. Yeah, Daddy Don't Touch Me. Man, you fucking tribes. That's what the most I don't get. That's got to be a complete spirit of Satan to get on you.
Hey, imagine that. And look, we talking about all this rape stuff. As fathers, brother, son, we protect your mother. You know, we get on a woman because our natural instinct to protect our family. Hey, you know what kind of mind fuck that does to a little girl who your father's supposed to be your protector, your guardian, and he touches her?
Yeah.
And that's why in a lot of Lion tribes, that's where they got the term poppy from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Poppy would hit it before he did it to the man.
That's right. Yeah, he gonna open it up first. And I know we crazy, but we crazy.
Yeah.
We crazy. Poppy. Yeah, that's what they say. Poppy. That's why you dealing with one of them women from the Spanish tribe, Poppy. Like they didn't turn down already. Poppy. Man.
I got a precept. This is Psalms chapter 7, verse 9. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end.
I want to see you niggas die.
That's right.
I want to see you wicked, evil niggas of the tribes die.
That's right.
See, and you guys, I got this thing about Israel. We gotta love all Israel. We gotta be. No, we gotta work with the brothers. We don't gotta work with no fucking
they
body,
love
man.
Israel more than the Most High.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You don't love Israel more than the Most High.
Scripture says destroy them.
You don't gotta work with y'all.
Nah.
We don't gotta work with you niggas. We working with the elect, man. We don't gotta work with you fucking monkeys, you fucking gorillas, man. And another thing I'm gonna say is, like I told you about, like yesterday, last night, we was out there at the camp, and that nigga that was up there last night, and I know that nigga be watching y'all videos and stuff. If you watch it, nigga, don't come around, because these brothers gonna curse your ass out. You a faggot too, man. You nigga. That nigga from last night, yo, man, he was supposed to get cursed out. Come up like he's trying to run shit. Hey, man, I'm gonna put curses on you, man. You wicked evil nigga. Okay? We're tired of playing games. No, the Most High is tired of playing games, man.
Yeah, like I do this, you know. And that's why I say, if you doing this, you already have a garment. You be on this side.
Yeah, the niggas.
Yeah,
But it's like a woman. They want attention.
Well, he had a black woman spirit on him.
Yep.
Yeah. The reason he was up there is he wanted attention. He had the spirit of the black woman on him. You shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, then afterwards he say, can I get your number? What the hell we gonna meet up and talk
Hell
about?
Hell no. You want to say, nigga, train a bitch.
In my free time, hey brother, you want to meet up and go over the scripture?
So you can finish off the rest of my hairline? You know,
all I want to get let's get up the fuzzies.
I got a precept for you. It's Isaiah 1:24 and 25. It said, therefore said the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, I will ease my adversaries and avenge me of my enemies. I will turn my hand upon thee and purely purge away thy dross and take away thy tent. And that represents all the sin that's amongst our people. So the Lord said we're supposed to be like a precious gold. Fine stones or precious stones. And when you got tender dross, you got nasty metal combined in it, like impurity and impurities. So that dross, spiritually, you're going to be purified and you're going to elect. And 2/3 physically, you're going to be purified. That's the time we're in.
Ariella,
this is back in Psalm 79. It says, oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just, for the righteous Most High trieth the hearts and reigns. My defense is of the Most High, which saveth the upright in heart. And so that's what the Most High is doing, man. He's going to let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end. The Most High is about to bring a sharp and strange judgment to the planet Earth.
That's right.
Everything that people consider as right in this world and that's okay is going to be proven that it's against the Heavenly Father, man. Mm-hmm. And the way that it's going to be proved is by destruction.
That's right.
And this is what we're telling you. And people are like, we're going too hard. And we're like, bro, we're not going too hard. We're telling you exactly what the word is saying. And when this stuff starts happening, people are going to realize, damn.
Yeah.
But it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
It's going to be too late.
Like the flood.
Yep.
You know, and you know, I just sit down, and a part of the sit down was, we ain't got to the hard part.
Yeah.
We have not gotten to the part where the Most High really started moving on what people understand as the world. You know what I mean? So even now, it's just like we need to make sure that we girding ourselves up and preparing our minds for the tough part. Because you know, if you carry doubt in your heart, if you carry disbelief in your heart about what's going on, when you get to the hard part of it, when you're going through the real shit, you're gonna want to bail out. And during that time, man, is when the Most High is gonna come and sweep through with a sword, man.
Hey, I appreciate
it.
Hey, Joel 3:13. This is short. It said, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, where their wickedness is great."
See, whenever a person is put in the sickle, he's going in there to make a profit. He's going there to strictly get. He ain't looking at it like, well, it's kind of this right here is kind of all right. I might be able to make some money. No, he's gonna separate the wheat from the tares and go get his money. So those are gonna be the angels in that time, man. That's gonna be the spirit of judgment going out, man. That's gonna be a straight delineation between the righteous and the wicked.
That's right.
Those who are obedient and those who are disobedient.
And it's gonna be a righteous judgment. It ain't gonna be by no paperwork or no so-called white man loopholes. It's gonna be a righteous judgment, and everybody is gonna be judged according to who they really are in spirit.
That's what's getting ready to happen.
That's what we need.
Like we're saying, we in the valley of the shadow of death, man. We gotta cover ourselves. That's why it says how beautiful are the feet of those who will bring glad tidings. And then the scripture talks about in Ephesians about your feet being shod with the preparation of the gospel, man.
That's right.
You know, look, you gotta get up in the scriptures and have your mind right, because the Most High is about to send death angels. Straight up. And he said, are you down or not? That's what's gonna be. That's what's going to be delineated.
This is a few verses. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 9. We're going to get him saying, you know, getting your mind right. We'll start at verse 9. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and henceforth thou shalt remain my son, in which such as be like thee until the times be ended. For the world hath lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided in 12 parts. And the 12th parts of it are gone already. And half of the 10th part.
That's what I'm saying. And that's going into the history of the world, man.
Right.
You see, we at the end of this thing, man. All them billions and millions of years and all that. No. According to the scriptures, the parts that it's been divided up into is going into the history of the earth, the history of the world, and what's been going on. Read on.
Yeah, and in this part right here, this is during the Medo-Persian Empire, man. So this is what, 2,300 years after that. So we're in the 12th part, you know?
Hey, what's Esau's way, or what's the natural way of counting years on Earth? The trees, right? Google the oldest tree. It's called Methuselah.
Yeah.
It's about 5,000 to 6,000 years old.
Look at that.
That is right around the time that the grain grass and everything.
See?
Yep.
What's up?
That's right.
Go ahead. Verse 12. And there remaineth that which is after the half in the 10th part.
That's what I'm saying, which is the time of, so we living in this time. That's what I'm saying. The 10th part done passed. That's what I'm saying. We at the end of this thing, man. That's right. Go ahead.
Now therefore, set thine house in order.
That's what I'm saying. No, somebody give 2 Peter chapter 3.
I got it.
Go ahead.
You want to start?
What matter of holy conversation?
This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. I'll start here. It says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
That's what I'm saying. The day of the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night. And according to this, we in the last part. We're in the third day. We have all these indicators through the scriptures that we at the end. Go ahead.
In the which the heavens shall pass away with the great noise.
That's what I'm saying. We in the time where the heavens going to pass away with a great noise. Right. The heavens being Esau's rulership. Right? Go ahead.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
That's what I'm saying. This haven't happened yet.
Right.
The elements melting with fervent heat haven't happened yet. But it's for to come. Go ahead.
The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
That's what I'm saying. So seeing that you've been informed that the world is going to be judged, seeing that certain parts of the earth is going to be destroyed, seeing that the Lord is going to send his son back, seeing that the Lord is going to bring his reward with him. Go ahead.
what manner of persons ought ye to be?
What are we supposed to be talking about here?
Right.
Huh?
And would be so.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, in all holy conversation and godliness.
In our holy conversation and godliness, man. That's what I'm saying, man. If you want to figure out whether LeBron gonna win with the Lakers, I don't give a fuck about that.
Straight up.
Come on.
Philippians 1:27. On the negative conversation be as it becoming the gospel of Yahweh Shai.
That's what I'm saying, man. Your conversation should be the gospel of the Most High, the gospel of the Lord, man. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, yeah. At the end of the day, yeah. Playoffs, cool, whatever. That's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, man, it's about getting the fuck out of here, man. And if you waiting to see who's gonna win the next fucking Super Bowl, man, when the Lord talking about judging the earth, you gonna lose.
Hey, Elder, if I could just land back real quickly. If you look at that word conversation, it's synonymous with conduct.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that we internalizing, what's about to happen in our everyday lives, man. A lot of times we get out, we just talk about the end, but it's really important to understand the end for yourself and how you're supposed to be conducting yourself, and also the demons that you have to combat, while you're in this truth, because the demons are going to be heightened, especially towards the end, man.
Right. That's right. Yeah, that's why Scripture say, "Why is thou the day of the Lord?" What is it like for you? What end is it for you?
Con. Yeah, and like the brother said, you have to understand what's in the cards for you if you hastening in the day. You see? I was saying, you can be. I was saying, because if you hastening in the day as a nigga,
Right.
That's right.
Right. Well, a lot of people that don't believe always bring up the argument of how Israel's going to be saved. If all Israel's going to be saved, then why would I go out on the highways and byways and make the sacrifices that you're making? Because we know that the judgment that's coming to this place, we don't want to be on the wrong side of it.
Exactly. That's right.
We want to be on the right side of it, and that's how folks in our mindset. Now, if you're focusing your mindset and on that, then you'll come. Like the brother said, you can conduct yourself in a different way.
Exactly. There's things out there that's worse than death. Seeing your family members die from famine or pestilence is worse than death. Yeah. Seeing your child die from malnutrition is worse than death. Looking at your own flesh deteriorate after you got after your wife got fucking raped in front of you is worse than death. Mm-hmm. So in order for you to shield yourself, you're supposed to be conducting yourself a certain way.
That's right.
And that's what we out here telling our people.
That's what Noah did.
That's right.
Yeah. And we want to be children of the promise. We want to have that glory and that regal status in the kingdom of heaven, man. We want to be a part of that. Right.
Let's get one more. Whoever got one more, and then we'll wrap up.
So that's a little more lesson right here. This is 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order.
In the house that you set in order is your own house. Because your house, your spirit is your body is an abode for your spirit, your house. That's the first house you set in order. A lot of people come into being an Israelite and they, we get on people, of course, that's a part of it, but a lot of Israelites never get on themselves. And they become unfruitful, and you're going to be judged for that. A lot of you guys out there getting on everybody, but you ain't never checked yourself. You're going to be judged for that. Go ahead.
And reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption.
Renounce corruption.
When you go into that word renounce, it goes into actually cutting something off for the final time and not letting it seep out no more. It means completion of cutting something out completely,
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it on that.
All right. So with that, man, we hopefully all edified. We'll give all praise to Yahweh.
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakah, Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutation as always to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom, brothers.
All right.
That video was just like that. It was all over the place. But that's the spirit. The scripture says the spirit is like the